Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're stepping into the really fascinating world of fine art. You hear names like Van Gogh, Monet, Picasso, right? And it's more than just beautiful images.
Oh, absolutely. It's history, emotion, human creativity, all rolled into one. It connects with people on a deep level.
Totally. But what happens if you actually own a piece? Something maybe with huge sentimental value, but you find yourself needing cash.
That's a common dilemma.
You don't want to sell it, not forever.
Yeah,
So what do? We're looking at pawning fine art today.
exactly. It's a path many don't consider, but it can be incredibly convenient, surprisingly flexible.
Right.
So for you, our listener, think of this deep dive as your practical guide.
Yeah.
We want to demystify valuing, authenticating.
And actually leveraging that art without selling.
Precisely. It sounds complex, maybe, but we'll cut through the noise, give you those aha moments. A real shortcut to understanding it all.
Okay, let's dive in then. Why pawn instead of just selling? What's the big draw?
Well, the first thing is just sheer practicality, speed and ease. Pawnbrokers can often provide a loan very quickly based on the art itself.
So it's asset-based.
Exactly. Which means, and this is a big one, no credit checks.
Ah, right. That removes a major hurdle for a lot of people.
It really does. And it's just convenient. You get the funds you need, but you don't permanently lose a piece you might cherish.
So it keeps the connection.
Yes. And then there's the flexibility angle.
How so?
You can usually repay the loan early, get your art back sooner, often without any penalties.
Oh, that's handy.
Think about it. Say Uncle Monty's coming to visit. He gave you that Monet for your wedding, and he's really looking forward to seeing it hang in there.
Oh, no. Right. You'd want it back on the wall pronto.
Exactly. Pawning allows for that. It's a temporary fix that keeps your options completely open.
That flexibility sounds brilliant, especially if it's unexpected. Now, valuing art, it feels a bit mysterious, doesn't it? Like something only experts in tweed jackets can do.
Huh. It can seem that way, but actually, there's quite a bit you can do yourself initially. Put on your art detective hat, so to speak.
Okay, I like that. Where do we start?
Well, the absolute first step is trying to identify the artist. That's foundational.
Even if it's not a household name.
Especially then. Don't be discouraged if it's not Picasso. Value comes from many places. Once you have a name, or even a possible name, you dig deeper.
Into what? Like when it was painted?
Exactly. Understand the context. The creation period matters. Sometimes an artist's earlier, maybe more daring work is more valuable.
Interesting.
Also, look into the artist's output. Were they prolific? Have they shown in galleries, museums? Are they mentioned in art books?
Reputation, basically.
Right. And critically, does your piece represent their signature style? Collectors often want something that screams, this is a classic example of their work.
Makes sense. You want the quintessential piece.
Then something really fascinating. Provenance. The ownership history.
The story behind the painting.
Yes.
Yes.
This can sometimes be, believe it or not, more valuable than the brushstrokes themselves. It's the artwork's DNA.
Even for a family heirloom.
Absolutely. Maybe your great-aunt bought it from someone famous, or it was owned by, high society figures generations ago.
Like the David Bowie example with the Damien Hirst painting.
Precisely. That kind of history boosts value enormously. It gives buyers confidence.
Okay, artist, context, provenance. What else?
Next up, you have to be honest about the condition.
Damage, you mean?
Yep. Water stains, rips, faded colors, any of that can really reduce the value.
Can restoration help?
It certainly can. A good professional restoration might increase value by, say, up to 20%, but damage definitely knocks the price down. Think about that Monet that got vandalized in Dublin. Damage is a big factor.
Right. And finally,
You need to know your market. The art world isn't static. It's unpredictable.
trends change.
Constantly. New discoveries happen, new buyers enter the scene, even interior design trends can influence what's hot. You need a feel for the current climate.
Wow, okay. So doing that homework really sets the stage. Now, you've done your detective work. How do you take that knowledge and actually get the best possible loan from a pawnbroker?
Right, this is about empowering yourself in that next step. So while good pawnbrokers have their own skilled valuers,
It helps to have your own info.
immensely, consider getting an independent valuation first from a qualified expert, someone who provides proper certificates.
Right?
And if you do need to leave the artwork for valuation, even overnight, always, always ask about their secure storage and insurance. Peace of mind is key.
Good point. So when you walk in, what maximizes your chances?
Preparation. Bring all your documents. Anything proving provenance, authenticity, bring it.
Because any doubt hurts the value.
Significantly. Authenticity is paramount. And leverage that independent valuation if you got one. A credible second opinion carries weight.
Don't be afraid to mention it.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And finally, the golden rule. Shop around.
Like with anything else.
Exactly. Get at least 3 quotes if you can. Compare offers. Make sure you're comfortable and getting the best deal for your specific piece.
And the process itself. How does it usually work with a reputable place?
It's generally pretty straightforward.
Mm.
There's an initial valuation. You might bring the art in, or they might offer a home visit for valuable pieces.
Then the assessment.
Yes. Their experts look at age, condition, authenticity, using all the info available, including your provenance documents.
And storage. You mentioned that.
Crucial. Reputable places use high security, often climate-controlled facilities. Some are incredibly secure, like appointed by royalty secure. Your art needs to be safe.
Definitely.
Then you get the loan offer. In the UK, for example, it's FCA regulated, which means consumer protection standards apply. Loans typically run for, say, up to 7 months, but extensions are often possible.
And you mentioned early repayment.
Yes, usually flexible, often without penalties. And the whole process should be highly confidential. Discretion is vital, both for your privacy and, frankly, for market stability around unique pieces.
Okay, that clarifies the process. But let's shift gears a bit. We've talked value, but what about mega value, like 9-figure sums?
Ah, the stratosphere.
Yeah. Thinking about Jean-Michel Basquiat's Untitled hitting $110.5 million, what pushes a piece into that kind of territory? Understanding that might help us see the value drivers in our own art, too.
That's a great point. It's not just one thing, obviously. It's a convergence of factors. First and foremost, at that level, is the reputation of the artist.
The big names.
The biggest. Think Leonardo da Vinci, Salvator Mundi, Rembrandt's portraits. These names carry immense historical weight and trust. That's a huge part of the price tag.
Okay, name recognition. What else?
Age and scarcity. Rarity is a massive driver.
How so?
Well, that Basquiat, for instance, hadn't been seen on the market since the 80s. Its reemergence was a major event.
So limited supply.
Exactly. And with older works, like Cézanne's The Card Players from the 1890s, sheer age makes them scarce. There's a perception, like fine wine, that art gets better, or at least more valuable, with age.
The investment angle.
Definitely. Then there's the state-of-the-art market itself. Is it booming? Is there a lot of money flowing?
Like 2015.
2015 was a prime example. A fabulous year, as some called it. You had de Kooning, Gauguin, Pollock, all selling for huge sums within months. Billions in sales overall.
Yeah.
A hot market lifts prices across the board, especially at the top end.
A rising tide lifts all masterpieces.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, sometimes it just comes down to the day of the auction.
The bidding war.
Pure drama. Intense competition. You might have several billionaires who all want that one specific piece.
Like the Picasso. La Femme d'Alger.
Perfect example. 5 bidders going head-to-head, pushing the price up in million-dollar increments. Or Modigliani's New Couché, a 9-minute battle between 6 bidders. Sometimes it's just that fierce desire to win that sets the record.
Incredible. But all this talk of high value hinges on one crucial thing. Authenticity.
Absolutely critical.
Imagine thinking you have something valuable and then, nope, it's a fake. Ouch. Or the opposite, finding out grandma's old painting is a lost masterpiece.
Both happen. And sadly, with demand for art rising, so are sophisticated forgeries.
So why is proving authenticity so vital?
It's everything. It underpins the entire market. It protects the value, yes, but also the artist's legacy, the owner's investment, the gallery's reputation. Without confidence in authenticity, trust evaporates.
Can you give an example of where it made a huge difference?
Sure, let's look at the Huangwali drum stoles. These were beautiful 19th century Qing dynasty pieces made from this very rare, fragrant rosewood.
Okay.
Now, for Sabos to even consider listing them, the owners had to provide extensive provenance. Proof it was in a private collection back in the 40s, displayed in a New York museum. Various sale documents, a whole chain of evidence.
Why so rigorous?
To prevent them being burnt at auction. That's the term used when doubts about authenticity surface during a sale, and the value just plummets, often permanently.
Wow, so the documents saved them.
Essentially, yes. And look at the impact. A similar Huangwali table sold for about £29,000 in 2009. With strong provenance, it resold in 2015 for £220,000.
Wow, a 785% increase?
All because the history was verifiable and the market was confident. Provenance is power.
Okay, so how do we ensure authenticity? What are the top tips?
All right, let's break it down. Our 3 top tips. Number 1, establish provenance.
We just talked about that. What counts?
Bills of sale, letters from the artist, previous owner records, exhibition stickers on the back, mentions in old catalogs or books, anything that traces its history.
But didn't you say fakes can have fake histories?
Exactly. That's the catch. Forgers get clever. They invent compelling stories. That's why you often need an expert eye to verify the documents, too, not just the artwork.
Tricky. Okay, tip 2.
Examine the catalogue raisonné.
The what now?
Catalogue raisonné. It's basically the definitive, scholarly listing of all known works by a specific artist. Think of it like their official encyclopedia.
What's in it?
Titles, dimensions, dates, materials, current known owners, exhibition history, literature references. Crucially, sometimes even known fakes are listed. It's a primary tool for authentication.
But I guess forgers could try to misuse that too.
They can try to insert fakes or mimic entries. So again, while it's a vital resource, using it effectively often requires specialist knowledge.
Got it. And tip 3.
Non-invasive examination. If you need scientific analysis, favor methods that don't damage the art.
Like what?
Things like X-rays, infrared photography, analyzing pigments under optical microscopes, using UV fluorescence to check varnishes or signatures. These are usually less expensive and critically non-damaging compared to, say, taking physical samples for radiocarbon dating. Preserve the piece first.
That makes total sense. Protect the art while you investigate. This is great groundwork. It sounds like the biggest mistake someone could make is, what? Try and do it all alone?
That's often it. Overconfidence, relying on incomplete information or skipping the expert consultation. Authentication really is a specialized field.
Vital point. Okay, let's wrap things up. Any final practical advice for someone thinking about pawning or just generally owning and caring for fine art?
Absolutely. A few final thoughts to keep in mind. First, back to basics. Ensure you have all relevant documents. We can't stress this enough. Proof of authenticity, clear ownership history, no signs of tampering. It's all critical for getting the best valuation.
Documents, documents, documents. Got it.
Second, and this is huge, look after your artwork, especially older pieces. They're fragile. Maintenance is key to preserving value.
What does that involve? Like keeping it out of sunlight?
Sunlight is one thing, yes, but also stable temperature and humidity. Big swings are bad. Generally, think coolish and moderate humidity, maybe 18-21 Celsius in winter, 21-24 in summer, with humidity around 40-55%. Consistency is key.
Okay. What about different types of paint?
Good question. Oil paintings naturally yellow over time. Varnish helps protect them, but might need expert attention eventually. Acrylics don't tend to crack like oils, but they can attract dust like magnets.
So a frame with glass.
Yes, often a good idea, but make sure the glass isn't actually touching the painting surface. Creates a microclimate.
And cleaning. Can I just give it a wipe down?
No. Please, never try to clean a painting yourself. You can cause irreparable damage very easily.
Okay. Message received. What can you do?
For very light surface dust, and only if you're confident, you could use an extremely soft, clean artist's paintbrush, like one made of goat's hair. Gently flick the dust off. Never use conventional dusters or cloths. They'll scratch.
Goat hairbrush only. Noted. Anything else on care?
Just placement. Avoid hanging art right next to heating vents, radiators, or air conditioners. Those create drafts and temperature fluctuations.
Right. Makes sense. So, documents, care. What else?
Know your piece and choose the right pawnbroker. Find someone with genuine expertise in the type of art you have. Is it modern? Old master? Impressionist?
Why does that specialization matter so much?
Think of it this way. It's like taking a Ferrari to a Maserati garage for evaluation. They're both fancy Italian cars, right? Cool. But the mechanic might not know the specific nuances, the market value, the potential issues of the Ferrari. They'd be estimating outside their core expertise. You want a specialist for your arts category.
Great analogy. Find the right expert for your specific brand of art.
Exactly. And finally, as we said before, gather multiple quotes. Get at least 3 if possible. Compare the offers, compare the terms, compare how knowledgeable they seem. Empower yourself to choose the best option.
Excellent advice. And just thinking about the types of artists, it's not just old masters, is it? Luxury pawnbrokers handle modern stuff too.
Oh, absolutely. Think Andy Warhol, Damien Hirst, Banksy, Roy Lichtenstein. Works by many celebrated 20th and 21st century artists are frequently pawned.
It's quite a range. And the people in this world can be pretty interesting, too. You mentioned David Sonnenthal at New Bond Street Pawnbrokers. He was an actor.
He was. A successful one, even won a Perrier Award at the Edinburgh Fringe, which is a huge deal in comedy. Then he was on TV shows like Four Rooms. Quite the career shift to becoming a leading pawnbroker. Shows expertise comes in many forms.
Definitely an unexpected path. What a journey we've taken today. From understanding value drivers to the nitty-gritty of authentication and pawning.
It's a lot to cover.
It really feels like this deep dive has armed us, armed the listener with the knowledge to make smarter decisions about their art. That was the mission, right? A shortcut to being informed.
Hopefully with a few surprising facts along the way.
I think so.
And maybe one final thought to leave you with.
Go on.
We've talked a lot about financial value. But think about this. How does knowing the history of a piece, who owned it, when it was made, the artist's story, how does that deepen your personal appreciation for it?
The emotional value again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Beyond the price tag. So we encourage you, look at art differently now, whether it's in a gallery, a book, even something hanging on your own wall. Consider its journey, the stories it might hold, what hidden history could be waiting in your possessions.